A bright light city gonna set my soul on fire.
What are you singing?
Viva Las Vegas, because you were in Vegas.
I
That's
was.
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set you up. All right. It is Tuesday. It is Joy Day. I am here in the new studio with my. What do you think of the new studio?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it. I think it's much better than the other studio because the lighting is better.
Yes,
here.
and it befits a Webby nominee such as yourself and me.
I don't know that people understand what that means because I'm not really. I've never heard of the Webby.
The Webbies are known as they are basically the Oscars of the internet. Okay,
Wow.
that's how they're the Academy Awards of the internet.
and we're nominated.
We are nominated. We're the very best, the creme de la creme of individual podcast episodes,
Really?
you and I. And we are nominated. And right now we have a slim lead. There's only 2 days more of voting. So if you're out there,
Vote for us.
vote for us. I mean, don't do it for me. If you're a Bride guy or a Bride gal, I appreciate it. But if you're a Joy boy and they're Legion, come out and vote for Joy, please.
All right.
I appreciate it. All right. So I am here with Joy Behar. We are behind the table in the new studio. Welcome back. This is your first show back from the break. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great week I had.
I know you and I both, I think we bond over our love of not working. So
I know. We
Yeah.
do. Well, what did you do?
I went to Europe. I went to London and to Paris with my family, and we had a really nice day. We did a lot of stuff. We saw like 3 shows on the West End, and
Oh, you did?
yeah, we spent.
You know, my show, my play, My First Ex-Husband
Yes.
is going to be in London
That's right.
in June.
If it was there, I would have seen that instead of Paddington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have children, but
Yeah.
my show is not for kids.
No, it is not.
So you want to know where I was?
Yes, please.
So I was in the country for a little while in my house, and then last Friday I flew on a private plane
Ooh,
with friends and rich people,
relatable.
really rich people.
Yes.
This is not relatable.
No, it's not, but I want to hear it anyway.
It's not relatable except that these people that I flew with all came from nothing,
Yes.
and then they made the money.
Yes.
Anyway, so we went to Las Vegas, and then I went to see the Eagles at the Sphere.
Oh my gosh, this is
Which
your
was,
dream.
I have to tell you, is a phenomenal show. First of all, I kept saying, let's go see the Eagles. They're my favorite. They are my favorite group.
Yes, I knew that.
I love them more than even the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, even though I love them also. I love a lot of groups. The Who, I love, all of that. But they're old. The Eagles.
How old are they?
They are old. They've been a lot of them in the original group.
Right.
The main guy, Glenn Fry,
Yes.
passed away a few years ago.
Yes, I remember
but
that.
his son is now in the group. He's this most adorable, talented kid.
Well, tell me about the Sphere part of it, because I've always been very interested in the Sphere. Everyone says it's just there's nothing like it.
Well, there isn't. And some genius came up with this. And you're in this big building that's sort of round, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and you're immersed in the show. So when they're playing Welcome to the Hotel California, there's video, and you feel like you're in the hotel with them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And there are cars and all sorts of. And then on the next day, we went to see in the Sphere The Wizard of Oz.
Great
So
movie.
now when there's a tornado, you're in the tornado. The seats are shaking, and you're in the movie
All right, so
with the Munchkins.
This tells me we have to do the view from the Sphere. I mean, how about
Well,
that?
I don't know if we can draw that kind of crowd. We're talking about 20,000 people or something.
All right, well, maybe if we do the podcast.
Yeah.
people
Anyway,
will come
it was
then.
a great, great weekend. I so thoroughly enjoyed it.
I know you ran into some celebrity friends while you were there.
I ran into Bette Midler.
Bette Midler, your look-alike, is what everyone's always said.
We used to look alike, but
Yes.
not anymore.
Okay, it's
If you look at the picture, we don't look alike.
you've gone separate
anymore.
directions.
Yeah, well, now, first of all, she doesn't color her hair.
Right.
So that takes it out. When she was a redhead, maybe we looked alike.
Maybe you got to go white now.
Never. You will never see that. I used to ask my mother that question. Am I ever going to have a mother who's like a little old lady? Never.
Never.
She said,
It will never happen.
Not happening.
All right, well, so was it good to see Bette? You've known each other a long time.
Yes, I know Bette. She's lovely, and we had we took this picture that you're showing, and
Mm-hmm.
she was lovely. Her husband was there. She used to call him the Baron. Remember? Now
Yes.
she calls him the Dauphin.
Did you
says.
did you talk politics and hot topics? She's very
She
gets-
hates Trump.
I know, she gets fired up.
She gets
Yeah.
very fired up. And yes, we had that in common.
Well, so I know you love Vegas in general. What do you love about Vegas?
No, it's not Vegas in specific.
It's
I also
gambling.
love Foxwoods. I also love the Borgata.
So it's
in
playing
Atlantic
cards.
City. I like blackjack.
Yeah.
So I sat down and played blackjack a little bit.
Now, did you play with the really rich people?
Well, the tables were like.
That's what I was going to ask
I
you.
look for the five.
I know. I've been out
table.
with you. Yeah.
Okay. There was no such thing as
Doesn't exist.
And this is on a Friday in the afternoon.
Right.
And there was no $5 table. The lowest was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but the next day, the lowest was 50, up to $1,000 a hand.
Wow.
$1,000. You know how fast you lose
Were
money?
you sitting with people that were playing at that level?
No, I wouldn't sit at that table. I didn't go near that table.
Now, I know you have a complicated history with gambling because of your father.
My father.
Yeah, I enjoy gambling a little bit too. When I got married, my wife thought playing cards was the worst thing in the world. I mean, the idea that you could put down $20 and seconds later it's gone. It's just wasteful and horrible. And why would you do that? And then on our honeymoon, I got her to play a little bit and she won.
Well, that's the bad.
And ever since then, she loves playing cards more than I do.
Well, first of all, mostly you do not win. I just want to put this
100%.
out. This is like a public service announcement
Yes.
I'm doing now. Do not become a compulsive gambler because you will never get that money back.
Correct.
The house always wins.
Yes.
They have figured out all the numbers and they have the advantage, which is why it's so incredible that Donald Trump bankrupted 2 casinos.
It is interesting how that happened.
I mean, how do you do that? And they think he's a great businessman. He bankrupted casinos. It's virtually impossible to do that.
No, I think the only responsible way to gamble is to treat it as entertainment for the evening. It's like you're buying tickets to a show.
And also, I'm only going to spend $200.
Right, and it's going to be gone, but I had a good
play
time.
at the cheapest table you can.
Yes.
And just the other thing, we played craps also.
I like craps.
And craps, the guy Henry was with. The Henry Schleif was rolling numbers.
Yes.
And I was making some money.
That's
all
a lot
you
of
have
fun.
to do is play the pass line there, and you might win.
You might.
Don't go crazy.
That's one of the
there,
best
'cause
bets.
Somebody rolls a 7, that's the end of the whole table.
So the trick with craps is you forget how much money you have out on the table at any point, and then things are going well for a while, and suddenly
7.
you lose, and you realize how much was out there. That's bad.
That I know. All right. Well, that's the story.
All right, this is
about
Gambling
Vegas.
Tips with Joy and Brian. I think that's pretty
right.
good. Yeah. Now, did anyone come up to you in the casino? Because in the past we've talked about this. How'd that go?
A couple of times people come up to me.
Politics?
No, they're friendly. 99.9% of the people who talk to me are friendly.
That's good.
Once in a while, somebody came up to me in Massachusetts a bit last year and said, "Why are you?" She said to me, "Are you Joy Behar?" Yes. And I said, "Friend or foe?" She goes, "Why are you so divisive?" I'm divisive. The president of the United States causes the divisiveness, and because I respond to that, I'm divisive. To this day, I have it over here for that woman.
Yeah, you've brought that up a lot.
And you know what else? It was in the most liberal state in the country, Massachusetts.
Well,
that's the irony of it.
there you go.
But
All right.
mostly people, they
love
love
you.
the show. We watch it every day.
Anyone mention the podcast? No.
No.
All right, next time. Last time you were on the podcast, I asked you about your pet peeves. And I hear after being in Vegas, you have some new ones now.
Well, anytime I'm in a hotel,
yes.
I find that I'd like to talk to the management.
Oh.
Number one, the most expensive. I was in a very high-end hotel, and it's a great hotel, does not have a handheld shower.
Oh.
Am I supposed to stand on my head to wash my Netherlands? I mean, think about it.
Thank you for the image.
Okay, that's one.
Right.
Number two, do not make the floors slippery. We don't need Carrera, whatever the hell they're using there. We need something with some grit so you don't go sliding across the bathroom. There's lawsuits involved here.
Yes.
If someone...
Maybe that's how Donald Trump got bankrupt.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
Somebody sued him.
Yeah.
And those are my pet peeves about the hotel.
Did you actually call a manager and have this conversation?
No, I'm doing it now.
Okay, this is good.
Also, I have one more.
Yeah.
But this is not about the hotels. This is about people who make bottles of shampoo and conditioner.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you're in the shower. You've got the bottles.
Yeah.
First of all, they look the same, so you don't know which is which. Number one.
Right.
Number two, they should have a flip top. You cannot, in the shower, when your hands are filled with soap, turn the thing, then put it back on. No. Flip top. 2 different colors. Okay, now I've said my piece.
All right. Well, listen, I think there's a lot of helpful information there. That's good. I like it. All right. Well, moving back to New York City, Alyssa's back. How is it seeing her?
I love seeing her.
Yeah.
And I want that baby to here immediately. She said she's going to bring him soon.
You love nothing more than a new baby.
I love a baby.
Yeah, you really do.
I do. I'm crazy about babies and puppies. Well, who isn't?
Yeah, well, sure. I like kids as they get older. A baby's nice. I like a baby, but you can't do anything with a baby.
Well, what do you want to do with them?
they tell them jokes and,
Just throw them up in
throw
the
them
air.
up in the air,
Like
yeah.
one of my cousins, our husband, he used to do toddler tossing.
Yeah.
The baby would go up into the air. It's a wonder he caught them.
Yeah, no, I enjoy that kind of thing. I do. All right, so Alyssa's back. So our long national nightmare is over, and
Yeah.
the tables reunited. We had fun today, I thought.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
it's good to see her.
Well, Whoopi, she was very annoyed with all of us today.
You think so?
Yelling at us because we were talking too much, and she wouldn't get in, and I had the last word too many times, and Sarah doesn't stop.
Yeah, that'll happen. Chaos, but in the best way.
Today.
In the
Yeah.
best way, though. I thought it was
Yeah.
fun. We talked about it on the show today, but Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder, we can't say much more about it, but the wonderful actresses from Hacks were here, and and the other hosts are going to make a cameo in the
Right.
final season of Hacks, kind of paying off this long
Yeah.
rivalry that you have
Well, this made-up rivalry that I have with the character
with Gene Smart.
with Deborah.
Yeah.
That they mentioned my name and how we're in this rivalry.
You're sending mean gifts to each other and things like that. Yeah.
Like I said to her today, where's the check?
Where's the
They
check?
keep mentioning me. I don't see any money here.
But you're an icon. This is good. It's got to be pretty good when you're the.
it was fine.
Yeah.
We have fun with that. But yeah, we're going to be in one of the things.
That's great. That'll be fun.
The View is, over the years, has always been featured in various shows.
It's
like
funny
that.
because occasionally I like to rewatch old shows that I've loved before. I find it a comforting thing.
Really?
And but nothing takes me out of it more than watching a show I love, forgetting that it's coming, and then seeing you and the View in the middle of one of my shows. It happens a lot.
That annoys you?
It annoys me. Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm trying to relax and not think about work, and suddenly, you guys are in an episode of Entourage, or
Yeah.
you're in Sports Night, or you're in any of these
You know
old
what,
shows that I
Brian?
love.
Maybe you watch too much television.
I watch a lot of television. I do.
That could be the issue.
Are you enjoying your behind the table mug?
cup? Wow.
Yeah, look at that. New studio, new mug. It's all happening.
Very nice.
You and Gene Smart kind of had your own little separate show going on today. I
We
thought.
did.
You were telling her to keep doing her one-woman show and start her
Well,
second
because
act.
she has been successful at 2 major shows.
Yeah.
And now this one is over. And that could be depressing when you're done. Although
Right.
for me, it won't
I was
be.
going to say, you've never left, so how is it going to be? Yeah, what do you know?
No, for me, it'll be fine.
Yes.
Every time I leave this show, which is twice already,
Yes.
it's been fine. Mm-hmm. So, but that doesn't mean I'm leaving right now. So don't get excited over at Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah,
Every time I say something, they blow it up into something that it's not.
I know.
Like today, I said that Sarah was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
We were kidding, okay?
You said that the last time we did the podcast, you said, like, I'm sick of everybody today or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was like backstage shenanigans
It's
at the
not
View.
true.
No,
it's,
of course
it's not true. It was true in certain years.
No,
but not
I
now.
can't imagine. I can't remember in the decade I've been here that a table that's gotten along better than this
Well,
one.
no, we get along fine.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
And what was it? Oh, yeah, so Jean Smart.
Yeah,
So now I saw her do her one-woman show. It's not easy. She says it's daunting to do it.
yeah.
And I know from that because I did my stand-up comedy and
Right.
a one-woman show for 35 years. So, but I think that that's what she should start doing because that'll keep her young.
Yeah,
Like the Italian nanas that we were talking about today.
yeah, and Nona Maxing.
The Nona Maxing.
Yes, I don't know. I do you feel like you're ready for that? You just didn't like the exercise.
I don't like aerobic exercises. I'm going to go back to Pilates. I think I have an appointment this Friday.
It's gonna be great.
I negotiated a half hour twice a week instead of an hour a week or an hour twice a week. I can't bear it.
I need to do it.
It's too boring for
not
me.
Pilates, but I need to exercise. All I do is walk the dog. I got to get into something.
That's what Steve does. He
Yeah.
walks the dog.
All right, let's get into this back to some hot topics because I want to get we talked about it a little today, but what do you make about Trump's feud with the Pope?
It's just one of the dumbest things he's ever done. And he is really the king of doing dumb things. To fool around with the pontiff,
Yes,
as we like to call him.
Pope Leo.
The pontiff is one of my favorite words.
It's
Isn't it
a good
one?
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy is a charmer, Leo.
Yeah.
He's a fabulous guy, like Francis, who was incredible,
Mm-hmm.
and John the 23rd, one of the great popes. And he's extremely popular. It's like being in high school and picking the most popular football player and going against him. How do you think that's going to make? Is that going to make you popular?
I have to say, I've told you before, I've got a bunch of friends that are on the right side that are pretty much Trump defenders. And these are people I'm on a text chain with from high school. And
Really?
yeah, the jugheads.
And what do they say?
They love him. They'll defend anything, stuff like this. But this was the one time, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
They didn't
They
like
didn't
it.
like this. They did
No.
not like this at all. It was
Well,
great.
because, I was raised Catholic,
Yes.
as were you.
I was not. I'm Lutheran, actually. My dad was Catholic.
What?
I'm a Lutheran. My father was
I
Catholic.
didn't know that about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm a strict Catholic. I went to church every Sunday. I wore a hat on my head. I took communion constantly and went to confession. All right, I went to the priest who couldn't speak English, but that's another story. And to me, what I learned was that the pontiff
Yes.
is right below God.
Yes.
There's God, and then there's the Pope.
Yeah.
So in a certain way, he was going against God.
Yeah.
And that is what's pissing everybody off.
I was surprised because I've seen my friends, these guys will occasionally like really defend what I can't find a defense for. But this, they stopped. They were like, "What's he doing? What is
well,
this?"
there've been so many, signposts along the way of when to drop him. When he made fun of that handicapped guy, when he said he would grab women by their genitalia.
Locker room talk. Yeah.
Yeah, called it locker room talk. And I mean, there are so many different places where you could go after him.
This one, I just got, oh man.
This one was
isn't good.
bad.
Yeah, this isn't good.
But you know what? I feel for the Trump supporters. I would like to say this to them because I believe that they were duped. They were duped. They watch Fox, which is only one side. They've been duped, as you can be. If you don't read the New York Times, if you don't watch CNN, which basically gives you a more balanced view, if you don't watch George Stephanopoulos or, any of the shows where you have a different point of view, you're going to buy all the baloney that he throws at you.
You realize they all think that you've been duped. I'm just...
they can... All right.
yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
There's this opinion, there's that opinion, but there's also an objective reality that people need to try to understand. Like when what's her name said there were alternative facts. No, there are facts. Period.
Kellyanne
There are not
Conway.
alternative facts. I guess you could interpret a fact.
You always enjoyed Kellyanne Conway.
I do.
Yeah.
I love her husband or her ex, George Conway.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to a lighter
Can we have
topic.
him on the show?
Possibly. We'll see.
I really like him.
Moving on to a lighter hot topic.
Yeah.
This one was on the list today. It was a woman wrote an article in The Atlantic. It was called "In Praise of Difficult Kids." She says that she has noticed that many of the adults we admire today were not easy teenagers and sometimes irritated their teachers. She writes, "These difficult kids aren't necessarily trying to be difficult. Many possess a sort of moral fire, a quality that drives them to ask questions or push teachers' buttons because they believe that they can be, the adults around them can and should do better." What were you like in school, and were you a difficult kid? I was a difficult kid.
You were.
Yeah.
What was the worst thing you did?
Oh, man, I did some bad things.
Really?
Yeah.
You stole?
No, well, yeah, I shoplifted a little bit.
Really?
Yeah,
As a little
bit.
kid?
Not a little kid, but like a teenager. Yeah.
I never did anything like that.
No, I was bad. And then I think I've told you this story before. I hired a printer to make a fake report card.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then my parents took me out to dinner to celebrate my great grades, and yeah, it was horrible.
And it was all made up.
It was all made up.
That is almost like criminal behavior.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I turned around.
I'll tell you, in elementary school, I was a good girl, I think. I think so. And then, although I would get in trouble, my fifth grade teacher used to call me Brillo Head because I had kinky hair.
Yeah, but that's not your fault.
Yeah, and he'd say, his name was Mr. Fisher, and I'd say, "Oh, really, Mr. Fish Cakes?"
Okay,
I
so you
went
talked back
at
a little
him.
bit,
I did.
yeah.
But he would say, "Oh, Brillo Head, find Portugal on the map."
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a different world. This did not happen today.
And then I'll tell you where I was trouble when I used to go to catechism, because religion always. My plays that I write a lot about religion.
Yeah, I know you do.
They're comedies,
Right.
But the church, priests, all of that is grist for my mill.
Yes.
So, like they would talk about limbo, like limbo, right? There's purgatory,
Yeah,
there's limbo,
limbo's- yeah.
there's heaven, there's hell. There's all these various geographical spots that you could go to when you
Right.
die. But in order to get to limbo, you've got to be baptized.
Yes.
Now and I was a kid. How old?
Well, in order not to go to limbo, you have to be baptized.
In
right?
order
Yeah.
to not go to limbo.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. So I was in elementary school. I was going for my communion, and they were telling me that you have to be baptized to go to get out of limbo. And I'm like, excuse me, what if you're Jewish?
Yeah.
What if you're Jewish? You're not going to get. I was always looking around for my Jewish friends.
Yes.
What if you? So they had no answer to that.
I had the same thing. My grandmother, you're talking about my upbringing, my grandmother on my mother's side, my maternal grandmother was Jewish. And when I got to that part of my Sunday school and things like that,
Yeah.
I couldn't reconcile with it because there was no one who was nicer or a better person than my grandmother.
Yeah.
And
she was going to go to limbo.
Yeah, at best. So explain that to me. Yeah.
Limbo, they described it as just being away from God. There was no torture.
Yeah.
And purgatory, same BS.
Yeah.
These places are created by man to scare you and to scare children.
No,
That's
it
how
works. Yeah. It works for me. I don't
By
know
the way, the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere
Yes.
is a little scary for children.
Much
just
like
saying.
Limbo. Yes.
Yeah, like Limbo. I have an associative memory.
I know you do. Were you a teacher's pet? Did you like brown nose at all, or were you?
I remember Mr. Winkler, the science teacher, liked me. I would get in trouble with Miss Bossa in the 3rd grade because I'd be like passing notes and things like that.
Yeah, I did a lot of that too. I was overly social. I think that was my problem.
Oh, that was my problem.
Yeah.
But this is what I resent, that I was kept off of the honor roll in junior high school because I talked too much.
Yeah.
And that now I do that for a living.
Yeah. See, and what are they doing? Nothing. They're dead.
They're dead,
They're
yeah.
all
Well,
dead.
they have to be dead because they were 20 years older than me.
Fair. All right, here's another story from the list.
Yeah.
It's about former SNL star Heidi Gardner. She said that she knew she had made it in her career when on the first day of shooting her new show, she was seated next to Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe. You know
Yeah.
him. And
I
then,
have photographs with him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you, I do too. Then she texted all of her high school friends saying she had made it. Now, my question for you is,
When did I make it?
when did you make it? Was it this weekend with Bette Midler? When did you?
No, you know when one of them. I can now. You know, I don't remember everything from 30 years of
I
the
know.
show, but one thing that stands out to me is when Robert De Niro read from one of my monologues on the air.
That was pretty cool.
I'll tell you why I married my first husband. Because he looked like a young Al Pacino, but taller. Who isn't? A girl has to look out for good genes, and I was getting up there. Almost 29. In those days, that was old. He was a big shot, always in the streets, fast cars, fancy restaurants, press suits. I took one look at him and I said, this guy has money, I'm all set.
De Niro reading that was like, whoa.
That was amazing.
That is a highlight.
Now, to be clear, that was like a year and a half ago. You've been on television for 30, 40 years.
Yeah, 30 years.
You didn't
Well,
make it
40.
till then? Come on.
No, there were other moments.
What about when you got The View? Did that feel like you made it, or did you think
No.
that was going to be over in 2
I
minutes?
thought, good, I have a job in New York.
Yeah.
But when Obama came on the show,
Yeah.
then I was like, whoa, I'm sitting here with the President of the United States, you know? And then even Cheney, it was a little, even though I never could stand him, even though he was, you know, I was with all of these people who are running the country.
No, that's absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it. I was talking to Fran Taylor about this over the years because she's been here for
View
30
stylist,
years too.
yeah.
The View stylist. And she was like, look at all the people we've met over the years here.
No, it's really incredible.
Unbelievable. And I wish I could remember half of them.
Well, it's on tape, which is nice.
I know, but you remember things that you see rather than when you experience them, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good, and the best is yet to come, as Kimberly Guilfoyle said. Yeah.
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Remember at the RNC, the best is yet to come.
Was she the one who was married to De Newsom?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Don Jr. She was with, and then she got shipped off to.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
now she's
She
the
went
ambassador
from-
to Greece.
She went from the gorgeous Newsom to
Yeah.
Don Jr.?
Yes.
You know, women, I don't know.
Listen, you know,
They're going to start going.
the heart wants what it wants.
Miss Behar predicts they
Yes.
will start going after a Newsom pretty soon. Maybe if they haven't.
I think they already are. Yeah.
because he is a threat to them. And also Pritzker will start becoming a threat, even though Pritzker superficially doesn't look like the type, whereas Newsom does. But Americans are kind of sick of all the slickness. They might just go for Pritzker.
You think so?
Also, Shapiro, I like very much.
All right.
You think the country would go for a Jewish guy?
I think at this point they're going to go for somebody they feel is going to take them back to normal.
Well, the country, they elected a black man twice in a country that made a lot of money on slavery.
Yeah.
So I have hope for this country and for your friends who are Trumpers.
Yes.
I have hope for these people that they will eventually understand that liberals have created Social Security and unemployment insurance and all the things that are keeping us safe, all the regulations. Remember that.
I'm going to add you to the text chain. I think you could explain some stuff to these people. It'll be
Remember
good.
that.
Yeah.
We have, the liberals in this country have helped you. Vote for yourself. Don't vote against your own interests.
All right. Thank you, Joy Behar. On that
Vote
note,
for me. Go ahead.
did you ever consider running for anything? Did you
No.
ever have?
I was the president of my class and when I was in high school.
Oh, how was that?
I was the president of the governing council when I was in high school.
I came in
Washington
third. I
Irving.
got second vice president.
All right. Well,
Yeah. I had a good campaign slogan, too.
What
Vote for
was it?
Teta. He'll make things better. Nothing. Didn't work. All right. Thank you for joining me today, Joy. Tomorrow, well, hold on. Don't forget. Vote for us on the Webbies right now. They can do it right now. The link is in our episode description. Just go to the top of the episode, click more,
All right,
and it'll be there.
Don't beg, Brian.
I'm begging.
Don't beg.
I need it. You don't know. It's all I have. Tomorrow, I'll be back on the show with Sarah Haynes. That'll be fun. And we'll see you then.